Well, this movie was very divisive to me. What's going on, guys? Marshall Mike here. This is giving my Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom review. Yes, like I just said, this movie is very divisive, meaning that some people like it, some people don't like it, some people just truly hate it, and I'm going to tell you I'm one of the people who do not like it. I'm one of those people who do not like this movie, and we're going to talk about why. But as you guys know, spoiler-free half first, and then spoiler half second. I will tell you guys when the spoilers come in. But Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, okay, isn't the worst movie ever. I've seen worse movies than this movie. This movie just has some problems similar, in fact, to Justice League, which is kind of weird. But we're going to talk about this because I think that fans of the Jurassic franchise have stood up for this movie. So first of all, let me defend myself. Let me give you my reasoning as to why I do not like this movie. First of all, the tone change, the infamous tone change that's been happening in this movie and in Justice League. Like I said, very similar. This movie has a tone change. The first half of the movie is very, I don't want to spoil it, I don't want to give it away, but the first half of this movie is very disaster film type thing, right? Like the first Jurassic World. The second half of this movie is very horror film based Jurassic World. And I think J.A. Bayona promised us a full horror film for the Jurassic World 2, and we didn't get that, which is kind of sad to me. But overall, both halves are good. They're just not good together. That's my complaint about this movie, is it's trying to play two films at the same time. It just doesn't work. That's what I said about Justice League, right? And it's what I'm saying here. So I'm not changing my opinion on tone shifting, right? But I think that this movie plays really well with both halves, and J.A. Bayona does a really good job with that, but it just doesn't work. I'd rather have one or the other. I like the disaster film, I like the horror film, but I don't like them together, and that's what makes this movie bad for me. Also, I feel like it put strain on the actors. I feel like the actors kind of had to shift as well with that, and I feel like it didn't work for me on screen. Like I was watching it and I was like, I'm just not buying it, right? Like I feel like it just was weird for them. I don't know if it was. I really haven't heard anything. I don't think they said anything about it, but to me it just didn't fit with the characters. It didn't fit with the story to shift changes. I don't know. It just took me out of the movie. It really did. I just didn't like it. Also, I feel like this movie does the same thing as every freaking Jurassic Park movie, and I'm getting so tired of it. I'm excited for the third, Jurassic World, and we'll talk about why in a spoiler half. But this movie does the same thing, and it's not a spoiler because it's already been teased in trailers and stuff like that, where it's the bigger dinosaur. Every time there's a new dinosaur, every time there's a new enemy dinosaur that's better and bigger than the last one. And it's so annoying. It's like the same villain over and over, right? Like, it's like if Marvel or DC had the same villain over and over again, that's what this movie would be. But anyway, now it's time for the spoiler half. Of course, not all of it's going to be spoilers. It's kind of weird. It's a weird spoiler half, but it's a spoiler half. So you have been warned. Go see the movie if you haven't seen it yet, and then come back to this review. So the new characters in this movie, I wasn't digging them. Definitely the hacker guy, wasn't digging him at all. The doctor, though, I did like her a lot. I feel like she had a lot of potential for a better, bigger story arc in the third movie. Unless they get rid of them like they did in the first Jurassic World with the two boys. Although they didn't make really so much sense to be brought back here. So I do like her, and he was okay, but he was like the hacker guy, but he wasn't great. And these characters weren't great, and I didn't really remember them that well, which is why they're so forgettable for me. But the whole idea of this one plot point that I hated was the Maisie plot point. How she is a clone of his daughter. I can't remember his name. I'm not really big in the Jurassic franchise, but you know who I'm talking about. Maisie's grandfather, her mom, she's a clone of her mom. I hated that plot point. Why is that relevant? First of all, how are they going to deal with it if he died, right? Her grandfather's dead. So what's the repercussion of his actions? There is none. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, I guess she'll have to deal with the fact that she's a clone, but I don't really care about her that much because she was just kind of introduced in 2 split seconds of this film. She was in it for a minute? A hot minute, right? Also, again, the whole Indoraptor storyline was just really awful. I mean, I feel like the whole way it died was kind of cool, I guess, with Blue coming back to its senses, to her senses? It's a her, right? Blue coming back to her senses and killing the Indoraptor, but I'm like, not really exciting. I mean, I was hoping the Indoraptor would have a little bit more, prominence within the next movie, but it's fine. Again, same old Jurassic World movie, same old Jurassic Park film. It's just annoying to me. But one plot point that I did enjoy was the release of the dinosaurs, when Maisie releases them. First of all, she is way too smart to know not to release the dinosaurs. I was just kind of like, wait a minute, you're gonna release all of them just because you're a clone too? That's dumb reasoning! And that's why I got mad at this movie as well. Again, her whole plot point was terrible. But, however, I did like the fact that they are released because that might give us something else to look forward to in Jurassic World 3. Think about it, right? Dinosaurs are out in the open, the government has to deal with them, pulls in Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard's characters back. It could be more interesting than here. Maybe the government will enlist in BD Wong's help to reverse the effects of the dinosaurs. That seems like a more interesting story than doing the same old Jurassic World movie. Overall, it was just a weird time. Like, even my little brother, who's like 12, right? I asked him, I was like, was that movie kind of weird to you? It just had this weird vibe to it. And he said, yeah, it kind of did, to be quite honest, and it was kind of annoying. I don't know, I just thought that this movie was lopsided. That's what I'm thinking. That's a word for it, is lopsided for me. But what do you guys think? Did you enjoy some of those plot points that I had trouble with? Did you guys like the movie overall? And are you looking forward to a Jurassic World 3? And do you think that my idea of bringing the government in, right, is a good idea? I don't know. I think it sounds more interesting. Leave your comments down below. Don't forget to like and favorite this video. Don't forget to subscribe. And as always, I will see you guys later for some more videos. Bye-bye.